I feel we need to talk about this, about the Asian, the African immigrant, Latino racism against African American descended people. Now, put in parentheses black, because first, many of these people do not know the true history of who we really are. And I get tired of some of our people of African descent going over a lie because it's popular and they weak enough to tell the truth, but they so strong and want to be violent toward those who tell the truth, like myself. First, begin this video. Most of us in America, whether we like it or not, dark skin, light skin, curly hair, kinky hair, green eyes, camera skin like myself, because I'm not dark chocolate like West Snipes, or any other shade hair texture, even those that look like the other races, um, even like white people, are mixed. We're not pure black people. A pure black person is a person of pure African ancestry. And people say, why ancestry? Well, the reason why your parents and grandparents here is due to your ancestors. It wasn't for them, your parents, your grandparents, and whoever, your cousins, whatever, would not be here. So most of us are descendants of Africans, Europeans, and Native Americans. That's why I identify as mixed. My parents are not pure black. Regardless if they was to call themselves pure black or not, they're not. Their ancestors are not 100% African, okay? We have white people and Native American in us. Actually, I traced my roots 2 years ago to England, 1590 England. I have white cousins. I have an adopted Asian cousin from my white cousins. Those are cousins, genetic cousins, whether you like it or not. Truth is truth and lies are lies. But for years, mixed race identifiers like myself in the community who tell it like it is have been intimidated, mistreated, abused. That's why my comments and beliefs and standards are totally different for those and others. I'm not gonna forget how you treat me, regardless what color, because you can't call me your brother or sister and treat me like you're Cain. Unless you want me to be Cain and like you treat me like I'm Abel, I can also turn to a Cain and go against shit behind too. Now, there's been so many incidents, and even I counter issues from Hispanics. I'm also Hispanic too, due to my European mixture, because my other side of the family tree, on my mom's side, one of my ancestors was Arial. That's a Spanish last name. And anyone know about Creole, Louisiana? Louisiana was dominated by Europeans later on. The first were Spaniards, then French. They mixed with the black people. It was not always rape. Galvez, one of the governors in Spanish Creole Louisiana, is the reason why the interracial marriages were legalized. The city Galveston, which is 1 hour from here in Houston, okay, in that little island. Well, they named that little island that Beyonce and the mama, I think, was born, or daddy. They found each other because the Schiff family from Louisiana, from Alabama, but I think they found each other in, no, it was Beyonce's mother people lived in Galveston before after they came out of Louisiana. Okay. Well, Galvez, the Spaniard governor in Louisiana, they named that little island in Texas by Galvez. Galvez is the reason why in Louisiana it was legalized. Not everybody went from slave master being raped. They were interracial marriages in Louisiana. They had the first so-called black business because they didn't have the one-drop rule. They had different versions of it. If you 1/8 or 18%, whatever they had, they did it. But um, the truth of the matter is that you have more freedom in Louisiana. There are also people, mixed race people who own slaves too, that as well. But also you have people who had their own business. You have white men who were French, Spaniard, and German who married black women and mulatto women and mixed race, other mixed women, triracial women, black Native American, mixed women, whatever. It wasn't always rape. I also think there were men who married white women there as well. So the history of Louisiana is told it was, remember, the Catholic Church was dominant there. It wasn't Protestantism, which explains why I'm not a fan of Protestant as an ex-Protestant. Okay, white Protestant in the South, where they can church the Bible the way they want to, That's when interracial marriages was down from, except for interracial rape or either interracial fornication, should I say, or adultery, where slave masters did either rape or either had sex consensually with slaves, women mixed or pure in order to produce more slaves on the plantation. That's what the idea of the one drop rule. First, it was a condition of the mother in stopping the black man from going with a white woman because that white woman would allow the children to be free due to her status. So, but then later on, it became the one drop rule because you had people who look like white people who are part black who can marry into the white society and they, contaminate the white, people. Um, which happened up north. That's why you had a Cleo Brown who won the case in Hastings, Michigan. And shout out to our high yellow brother, I called him, who like a white man because I have no problem. I have ancestors who like him. I also have friends who look like him. Not everybody who looked like white people or close to it had colorism issues where they wanted their favorite light over dark and all the other stuff, okay? You had people who looked like him, who passed as white, helped our people get jobs, opportunities, pretending to be the pure white person. Okay, that's why I don't have an issue. That's why when Michael Jackson's kids came out white, it wasn't shocking. Michael Jackson had white ancestry. Okay, in the American, his parents are not. Look at Joe. Joe has green eyes. That's not a black trait. Okay, his skin is very light. What's the name? Michael Jackson's mother Catherine is not no pink yolk color. She's a caramel skinned woman, a lighter skinned woman. That is a lighter skin tone. Let me say one to y'all, because y'all talk about well, brown skin. I like, excuse me, when it comes to one drop terminology, my skin tone is a light skin tone for a black person. The people that came on the ship was the close of the color black. That's why the Spanish and the Portuguese call the negros because the color black. My skin did not match the color black. Now, a dark brown skin person, of course, that's not the actual skin tone for color black, but that's what dark is. That's what the black person that came on the ship looked like. Okay? As mixing happened in the 18, 16, 1700s, that's what turned light-skinned Negro came in because they were lighter than the average African. But y'all now today is trying to be hotep and blacking it down bullshit. You want to call someone more melon in their skin tone who is not dark chocolate, but call them dark so you can be close to black roots. No, your ass don't look like a pure black person. Okay? So I'm not calling myself like to be like Drake and thing. I'm just calling it like it is. If you had a Akon person next to me, you know damn well that we're not the same skin tone. So that's why, okay? So I call it like it is. Michael Jackson's mother was a lighter skinned woman, is light skinned woman. Michael Jackson was not a dark skinned man before the vitiligo, okay? I seen pictures, I'm almost 40 years old. I remember him when he had his Jerry curl in the 80s and everybody else. And that's actually, he benefited from colors because he was not no Luther Vandross complex. Let's call it like it is, okay? All right. So, call like him and Prince. There were different shades of lightness in the so-called pure black community, when it's not even pure black. Actually, lighter brown skin tones like myself back in the 80s all the way to high yellow, pale complexion, okay, like Drake, like Kaepernick was promoted in the community. That's why many of us who are caramel skin, milk chocolate color, all the way to high yellow have this. See, even in Destiny's Child, okay, call it is Kelly Rowland is not a dark skinned woman. She is a lighter brown complected woman. She's a milk chocolate. When I say milk, a lighter brown complexion. She not no the Ethiopian complexion. Okay, she was being, she got less benefit because Matthew Knowles had a color complex. Okay, call it like it is, because she was lighter than Matthew Knowles, and he. And one thing that I know, dark skinned people who have a issue, not all dark skinned, but those who do, they don't like to see us caramel and milk chocolate folks be in the same range with the lighter skinned folks who are more lighter than us, because at the end of the day, we're all lighter compared to someone that's dark chocolate. So what you do is pinpoint each other, try to bring one on your side, but know the fact that that person ain't your dog on skin tone, and you don't want me to choose because down 10, it's like you're outnumbered. Because the idea that some of these dark skinned folks have, if you keep on mixing, it'll be less of them. That's untrue. There are people I know who have white grandparents who are dark skinned with kinky hair, okay? Because they mama who was high yellow or daddy was someone dark and their child came out dark. So that's a damn lie, okay? All right? Even Foxy Brown, speaking of Asian people, Foxy Brown is a dark skinned Blasian woman. She's East Indian, black, and Chinese. Her family's from Trinidad. So they can still make it. There's people who have a diverse family. When they have family reunions, you have the darkest two, those who look like white people, and y'all all are related because you're all mixed. And depending on genes, you don't know. Only God determines those genes, not a human being. All right, the child might come out, whatever. Get people want someone. So therefore, anyway, so if I accept Michael Jackson's kids as his, because hey, I know my family tree. I know that we can make kids that look like that. Especially if we already have, even though they had slaves that looked black as tall, who had children with masks that came out looking like that, and there's historical documentation of that, and also too that if you already have European mixture in your bloodline, that's not shocked that 9, 10 your kids might come out looking like a white person because you already had it in your roots. So there's no shock about that. Okay? But people want black and black and black. And anytime y'all want black and black and black, you're talking about you want proud black, but everything is quote to negativity that white supremacists pertain with being black is. That's why when I hear someone say they're proud of being black and they did Sammy Sosa and they did Lil Kim, but every time they talk about being black, it's everything negative that come out of the mouth. You nigga, nigga. The word nigga is nothing positive. Okay? So reason why I brought this video up about Asian, Latino, and African immigrants because I left a job due to an African immigrant from Nigeria who mistreated me, and I wasn't doing anything wrong, okay? And I ain't lie about that because I'm very defensive when people false accuse me, so I know who I did, what I am capable of doing. Um, and no one had my back. Being once again in the community when y'all that the protesters, and that's why I understand why the whatever her name is. My French is not that good, even though I got French mixture answer, but she's Haitian, and there's another Haitian woman that debunked her argument about the protest in nail salon, and a lot of folks that what she said was the protest was full of shit. Let me explain why, and I have to agree with that because as things go back to normal, here we go. This is not a first incident of Asian, immigrant, African, and even Hispanic, whether it be Mexican, Puerto Rican, Salvadorian, whatever, Dominican mistreat us in our own community. And I scream about abuse, and I'm gonna bring up R. Kelly because we have people who defend R. Kelly. I don't see how you get mad at Nicki Minaj's brother if he and I'm not defending Jelani, who also black Asian mixture from Trinidad because let's be real, Nicki Minaj's parents are not pure black. Her mother's part Japanese. Her grandfather was Japanese. Okay, talking about her mother, Carol Mirage. Mr. Mirage, her ex-husband who beat her was on crack. He's part East Indian. Mirage, not Minaj. Mirage is an East Indian name. Okay, it's a Hindi name. It's not, okay. Let's be real. All right. Jelani is locked up for the sexual abuse that the daughter been through, the stepdaughter. However, I did watch parts of that interview, and I'm trying to put my words together for the interview of Miss Mirage's, because Nicki Minaj it's funny all this Blasian drama. That's why we call it a Blasian drama, because we had the nail shop of black identified versus Asian situation. We have Tyson Belfer, who's a dark-skinned Blasian Latino. Dad's from Panama. He has an English last name because folks of the Panama Canal. The British is on Honduras. Honduras, you have people from Jamaica going to Panama and mixing there too. Let's be real, folks. Do not know the history is why you have Panamanians with the English last name. Okay, Ruben Blades, salsa singer. His parents is part Hispanic and part British. He's mixed. Anybody know it's not Blades, it's Blades. Okay, he's Panamanian because that. So many Panamanians do have English last names. Okay, you had Jamaicans that went over there. Also, you had the British Canal, and Honduras along with that as well. A lot of folks not know the history. Okay, that's why Tyson Belfer has the last name Belfer, although his Hispanic father, Afro Hispanic father, is Hispanic. Okay, from being from Panama. His mother is Japanese, not Japanese, excuse me, Chinese in um, Jamaica, and there's a lot of Jamaicans besides mixed with British and black also mixed with Asian. Okay, that's many stories about that. Sean Paul, give me a line. Okay, hi y'all, Sean Paul. Get busy. It's part Chinese, Portuguese, and black Jamaican. Naomi Campbell, her dad, who abandoned her mama in Great Britain, is it was or he's still alive, part Chinese, part black. That's not new. A lot of folks I know that Chinese went to um, Cuba and Jamaica. Batista, they call him Mulatto Lindo. Well, he wasn't. That's his black Cuban parents part white, which is nothing new. But they go by phenotype and culture. They don't go by ancestry in Latin America, particularly in, like, for example, Adam Clayton Powell. When I said right, who passed as white, who was fighting for us, who was very was a Episcopal, I think, minister. At the same time, he was an asshole. Go call it is because when Martin King and Ruskin was a African American man who was gay, who helped the civil rights movement, who told Martin King about Gandhi. A lot of folks know their history. Adam Clayton Powell was going to cause rumors if Martin King was going to work with Ruskin because Ruskin was gay and he liked Ruskin, and he's going to cause rumors that Martin King was having sexual affairs with Ruskin, and that was wrong. This is where the black homophobia comes from. Because even when Ruskin was trying to work with the Black Panthers, they kept bringing his sexuality up. That's why you see a lot of correlation with white people in the movement with him. Because even his partner was white. Okay? And he went to Asia. I saw the documentary on PBS where Ruskin was singing "Oh Freedom, If I Be Slave." It was telling the Asian people how to sing the song. Um, so a lot of folks know that's why he, went overseas either way, okay? Because our people didn't respect him, okay? All right. So called like it is. So, but anyway, Adam Clayton Powell, if he was in Cuba, okay, he considered white. He was not because he's a black, because one drop room. As one of the Hispanic Cubans men say, if Jesse Jackson was, he considered mulatto, that camera, skin tone, and none too much kinky hair. Because let's be real, Jesse Jackson hair is not as kinky. Remember his folks I know, his mother was black and American descent. And Jesse Jackson's dad was a high yellow mulatto who had, once again, colorism, had his own business in the colored community. And what happened, Jesse Jackson's black Native American mother had an affair. And a lot of folks do not know that's why Jesse Jackson one time was against Planned Parenthood. But when he was running for president to get Planned Parenthood money, he actually started defending abortion in our community, which caused genocide in our community. A lot of folks do not know that, so I'm a pro-life liberal. Um, People don't know that. So Jesse Jackson's mulatto, high yellow mulatto father was going to pay for the abortion. But the mother chose to keep Jesse Jackson. A lot of folks not know this, okay? But anyway, Jesse Jackson was considered mulatto because his skin tone is not as dark and whatever. You say about heritage as well. Then you have, it was funny because Celia Cruz, the same complexion, was the same complexion of Jesse Jackson, and she was not a dark skin like her husband, Pedro Knight. A lot of folks, I look at that as well. Then you have City Party because of black. Well, you don't see the Party 910 being from the Americas in the Caribbean, half white and probably possibly Native American, because not all natives were killed. The men them chose to mix or was forced to mix with Europeans and Africans. That's called survival later on. Could be his ancestry, but he do look like a pure black man, as dark skin, kinky hair, whatever, which the pure black man looks like. Okay, so the one drop rule would never have an effect on, and then it was in Cuba. Okay, a lot of folks did not know this. I read an article about this, and it's weird because even the Hispanic man who's Cuban who wrote the article was shocked that his own class called him brown, but in Cuba he was considered white. Um, so anyway, let's get to the subject. Okay, so the reason I brought it up is that a lot of folks are so messed up as one drop rule mentality, and a lot of folks and remember about the abuse. But going back to Batista in Cuba before Castro was considered the handsome mulatto, although he was part Chinese and part black. Um, According to what I read, he could be part Spaniard and Taino. We don't know that, but we're not shocked. 'Cause remember, race mixing was nothing new in Latin America. As other Latinos from Latin America know, when you mention you're not part black, um, 9, 10, those DNA tests are not always true, but they're popping up like the Mexican folks. The shot. Oh, we got yeah. Yes, the third race in Mexico is African. I'm from Texas. The reason why we had Alamo because of anti-slavery law that Sam Houston and Anglos did not want to obey. Okay, that my hero, which on the 10th of August, have a birthday for Vanessa Caballos, Guerrero, because that's his birthday. He was Vicente Guerrero was part black. Mom was Afro Mexican. Was a slave during the colonial Mexico, Nueva España. And dad was mestizo. Okay, so he banned slavery in 1829, which is September 16th, which is the independence of Mexico. It's also the same dated in 1829, Mexico banned slavery. Okay, later on in history. Remember when Anglos came to Texas, they didn't obey the law. They was looking for a way to live in slave, have their slave plantations here, and due to Texas being stolen from Mexico, being drug in Santa Ana at the Santa Ana saw the mulatto woman, what's her name? Emily Morgan West, Yellow Rose of Texas, yellow like yellow bone, Yellow Rose of Texas. Okay, when he was trying to had a sex game with her, excuse me, and have drugs don't was given to him by Texan Army. That's what let him made him lose the war. Um, and Santa Ana was fighting for the African American people in Texas to be free. And I tell folks I support DACA is because I know my history. Okay, because when Texas was stolen and become Republic of Texas, I would have to be, and I say the word with black. I didn't say the other way word. I said black. Going on Rio Grande to be free. And Mexico opened its doors. Read by John Horace, the Black Seminoles. That's the reason why I support DACA. Okay? Because Mexico opened its doors. They didn't tell Africans to go back to the United States or go back to the Republic of Texas. It was its own country before it became part of the Confederacy. Okay? They opened the doors. And actually, when the Mexican army stopped the slave masters who came out of Texas trying to get the black Seminoles and other African people. That's why I know my history. Okay? Now, the reason why there's so much racism, I wanted to tell people, the reason I brought that up because the black mixture in Asian is nothing new. It doesn't have to mean this, it would be in Cuba or in Jamaica because Jamaican people, a lot of folks know a lot of the Jamaican people have black and Asian ancestry. This is nothing new. It's nothing new, y'all. This has been going on for years. You had a family who was, they didn't know they had Asian roots, but their family was from Jamaica, and they found they did have Asian. Their grandpa was Asian. This is nothing new, y'all. Her name Tammy Chang. That's her name. She like a white woman. She does reggae. She has Cherokee, black, white, and Chinese in her. That means somebody from the United States went over to Jamaica and mixed with her family because there's Cherokees from over here. Um, this is the same time when Cassie was coming. Remember that on Vibe magazine they talk about Tammy Chang, like a white girl, like Paris Jackson and all that, but she's part black and Asian and Native American and white. Okay, okay. Um, Cassie, who's also part Filipino, part Mexican, and part Black Caribbean. Um, P Diddy's girlfriend. Me and you, okay? And I remember, I never forget, Mexicans was in El Paso loved her. That's a dun, dun, dun. I remember back at baby, I remember that song. They were saying she way better than Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is not Mexican; she's Puerto Rican. And I never forget when I was in El Paso in college. They said I like her. I guess yeah, she's part Mexican, part black, and Filipino. Okay, so yeah, Cassie. Okay, um, she was on last time I heard from Cassie. She was in that video with Kiki Palmer about "I Don't Belong to You" playing her lesbian girlfriend. Okay, and we was shocked. I was shocked because I did not know that Kiki Palmer or Cassie was bisexual. Did not know that. Okay, did not know that. Um. Anyway, point is, So anyway, a lot of people they used to love me some Cassie. Trust me, when she came out with that song, I was in love with that song. In 2006, baby, that was my song, Me and You, and I was letting all my Mexican, y'all know she's part Mexican, y'all. She part black and part Filipino Mexican, y'all. Yo, let everybody know who she was. Besides accent, zinga zaka zang, you know, saying she's part black and part Mexican. Y'all know, ladies, zinga zang. Okay, she's like MC Light. Her mother's Mexican. Okay, shout out to accent. Okay, I love me some accent. Yes, I do. Who she a fine? She like MC Light. If you're looking for a woman to play her, play you, baby, get accent. She will do. She look exactly. She can rap and everything. Okay, accent with Beanie Man. Beanie Man's from Jamaica. Accent. Okay, y'all remember zinga zaka zanga zanga. Okay, zaga zaga. Hey, yeah. Okay, I had to go there. So anyway, I'm going to talk about the racism that I noticed with the Africans, Latinos, immigrants, and Asians, even Afro Caribbean people. It's the ghetto mentality. That's why a lot of people, and I think that's why that I can't say her name, um, the whatever her name is, she's the Haitian blogger that I defended when the white man was talking about black women hair and white women hair. Okay, okay. I'll see whatever his name is. Y'all saw that video, and I defended my Haitian sister. And I could be a Haitian brother because I have my roots are from Louisiana, parts of my roots are from Louisiana. And y'all know about, besides Nueva España controlling Louisiana, when the French came over, they also was trading slaves from Haiti. That's why not all of us, but that's why voodoo is practiced in Haiti in Louisiana. Now, and not every Haitian does voodoo. Please, whether it be Protestant or Catholic, not every Haitian does voodoo. Truth of the matter is, I practice voodoo due to watching TV. Okay, my family did not break me up in that when I was dealing with bullying. Y'all know about the story I'm talking about, Abel Cedillo. Okay, all right. I think the real reason why a lot of folks forget that also too Haitian people do not like African. There's some people who do not like African American people due to this ghetto mentality. You have Jamaicans, and it's weird because you have Jamaicans who are Americanized, like Biggie, buy into this ghetto mentality. Okay, no offense to Biggie, let's be real. That's why some of the Caribbean people from Jamaica and Haiti and others in Trinidad, and I bet some don't like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Foxy Brown, Trinidad James because they bought into the Americanized ghetto black. It's not even a black culture. This is a created white supremacist culture. Some of our people back in 1960s and 70s, right at civil rights movement was trying to show how what black is. Okay, they didn't go. They adapted some African culture, but did not go along with it. And wherever white man was feeding, and I'm gonna say it like it is, white supremacists at the time, where they consider black, and I'm born '79, and black expectation, Foxy Brown, not Foxy Brown rapper, and I want everyone to know Miss Pam Grier. She's a beautiful sister. She's also is black, Asian, Native American, and Hispanic. She mentioned on the interview that she's also, yes, Pam Grier is also Chinese, Hispanic, and Native American too. She's not, and probably possibly white. Okay, so anybody is Hispanic, and Asian, and Native American, I gotta let everybody know Miss Foxy Brown. She been from colors and took, cause she was a lot of brown skinned sister. She was not a dark skinned sister. Let's call it. She had a fro, and actually you had the revive the Afro was promoted amongst the women, cause you had high, yellow, light brown sisters promoting that. I call it from Angela Davis to Miss Pam Grier, Foxy Brown. Okay, we had the Jim Brown. We had the priest. What's his name? Who played? And I was playing both him and Hugh Hefner for Halloween last year. Ron O'Neal, High Yellow. He had naturally straight hair. Okay, High Yellow him who played in Superfly, all these characters. This is when, remember, my dad and mom was born at the was not born, was around this time. And remember, I can speak on this because I was born in '79. I'll be 39 coming up soon. Okay? It's not too long. My 39th birthday is coming up. During this time, black exploitation, and I know whites, just like in hip hop, white supremacists claim to be liberal. This is why we had the war on drugs with Rich Nixon. This is the time when integration happened. White conservatives start to separate, pulling their kids out of integrated schools. A lot of them vote against integrated schools to have resources. That's why you had a lean on me, Patterson Eastside High School at the when Joe Clark had the fro teaching white students, and when they had African descendant people and Hispanic, that's when you had that welcome to the jungle and everybody's acting a fool. And I see the reason why there's some Hispanic folks, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Salvadoran, because you had African descendant people being racist towards them. I'm gonna go ahead and admit that. Back in the 80s when the crack epidemic, um, this repression to fight against us because during the time, folks felt that if they were darker, the colors were big, and you had a lot of brown skinned people up to high yellow people being promoted. You had those who were dark skinned, also my shade, and even those who are high yellow, African American community, intimidating Hispanic folks, Mexican, Puerto Rican, East Coast, West Coast. I saw that remember, in the movie Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, the movie Welcome to the Jungle. When they playing Lilo May, when they playing Guns N' Roses song, and it was a light skinned Hispanic woman, 19 Puerto Rican, put makeup on, and they know the directors did this, had dark, and Mrs. Weber, her name, the sister that was assistant principal there, trying to stop.